This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Greetings and welcome to another edition of the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. I'm your host, John Solberg, and this edition is being brought to you by The Butcher Shop. The Butcher Shop is home of the A9 Master Kobe briskets, where they are always hand-picked. This father and son team has operated this retail meat market in Pensacola, Florida for the past 15 years. Kevin and Jordan ship nationwide to the biggest names in the barbecue industry. The A9 brisket won both sides of the American Royal Cook-Off. That happened in 2019. They also ship some of the finest prime, dry age, Australian Wagyu, and Japanese Wagyu steaks to people just like you and me who aspire to be the kings of their backyards. The Butcher Shop always has Berkshire, Compart Duroc, Allegiance Duroc, and Prairie Fresh all-natural pork in stock, and again, always handpicked for you. Now, are you into wild game items such as bison, venison, elk, ostrich? What about camel? Have you been searching for those 10 to 12 pound boneless turkey breasts featured on Hotter Barbecue, right? The Butcher Shop has them in stock and they are ready to ship them to you today. So whether you're looking for the best competition briskets, ribs, or pork butts, or you just want to have better options to cook at home, give the Butcher Shop a call. 850-458-8782. That's 850-458-8782. You can also interact with them on their Facebook page, facebook.com, The Butcher Shop. Shop spelled S-H-O-P-P-E. Mention Barbecue Central Show. Save 10% off your entire order. The Butcher Shop, home of the A9 brisket. And here's what's going on in today's episode from January the 19th, 2010, back in the heyday of Barbecue Pitmasters. Greg's going to talk to a pitmaster who wound up on the Barbecue Pitmasters because he was in a cook space next to Myron Mixon. How crazy is that? Here is Greg and a one-time pitmaster from the Barbecue Pitmasters.
Right, we're talking with Alan Hedrick. He's the head cook of Team Holland Swallow. Where does the name come from, Alan?
Well, actually, that was Brant Reed's creation. There's a local band here in town, and they're a country rock, country western band is. And as they get deeper into their performance, the lead singer tends to like to take shots all the time. And his big thing is he always yells out, "Holler and swaller." And Brant had gone to one of their shows and seen this guy do this, and he thought it was hilarious. And he goes, "You know what? That'd be a great name for a barbecue team, Holler and Swallow." So we just kind of went with that because it kind of cracked us up, and it's been that since then.
A name is born, no doubt about it. Again, Alan Hedrick. Alan Hedrick from Team Holland Swallow joining us here on the show. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the TLC Barbecue Pitmasters. Did you know in advance, again, this was for the American Royal Open portion, did you know in advance that you were going to be setting up next to Myron Mixon?
We did know in advance. Typically, we keep our same spot each year at the Open or at the Royal in general. And so in August, I was taking a peek of the competition list just to see who was going to be where. And I saw Jack's Old South, and I thought, oh, well, this is going to be interesting. Because normally we're usually have a local team next to us or a smaller team because we always get the smaller spot, not the big, huge motorhome spot. And so we thought it was kind of strange that Myron would be set up in a small spot, but, you know, it worked out great for us. So that's when we first found out we'd be next to him.
So how were you approached by the show? Was it something that they kind of pitched to you as something you can get on television, or what's the TLC pitch to you to get on the show?
How that came about was Saturday after the Invitational, which we did not cook in, but after the Invitational, John Marcus had come over and was talking to Myron, and after they were done, he came over to us and approached us, and he started asking us some questions about our team, how long we'd been cooking, how'd we done, what our processes were, just getting some background information about us. And then he said, well, listen, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at running the amateur angle on the Open, and we would like to follow an amateur team. and of the day of the Open, follow their turn-ins and follow them through the whole process of the day. But in addition to that, we're having the pit masters looking at mentoring these teams. So in a sense, how he presented it was that Myron would be like our mentor, and throughout the day on Sunday, we could come over and we're encouraged to ask questions of Myron, get some tips and maybe see some techniques. So it was a really great opportunity to be able to peel back that curtain and see what the Wizard's doing. And so that's how that came about. And Myron also was very gracious. He had recommended to John that, that they go ahead and film us, and we were very appreciative of that. We were really joking how we got on is because we let Myron and Faye use our porta potty, and that kind of gave us the end there. But that's how that got started.
Now, there were no parameters set to you or any type of storylines or anything like that given to you as far as how you needed to go over, questions you needed to ask, or it was all as it was being shot?
Exactly. They just encouraged us to come over when we had a chance, and when the cameras were there, they, especially on Sunday, would come over and say, well, we need you guys to come over and talk to Myron, and when he was doing this chicken or whatever presentation he was working on, and it was great because since there was four of us, at least one of us could go over and do that while the rest of us could concentrate on what we're doing. So they didn't give us any kind of parameters and say you have to do this or you have to do that. Really, they said, we just want to film you doing what you do and capturing the moment. So it was, in a sense, a reality. So.
All right, so it's a good deal that you kind of got as you said, you were peeling back the curtain to see how the Wizard works. So Myron's been getting a lot of talk about his mouth, about the attitude, or at least the way he's kind of coming off on the show as it's playing out here. You were next to him for the whole day or 2 days. How does he come off to you? I mean, was he a different guy when the cameras were on? Did he gimmick up a little bit?
Myron, to me, what you saw in that episode, that's the Myron that I know. Very friendly and gracious and helpful. I know he comes across as being cocky on the show, but, he has that right to be that way because he has the championships to back it up. But I think part of the show, too, as it's progressed, in the beginning, there was a lot of character building and setting up the storylines. And as it's progressed now, it's getting more into more techniques and things that the competitors like to see. And as far as the cussing, well, we all do a little bit of that, but I've been fortunate enough to go down to Myron's house to take his cook school since then, and I tell you, he's just a really great guy, and I think he's kind of getting a bum rap on some of these forums about what's going on. In my perspective, I don't see any of that. He's a friendly, gracious guy, and was very helpful to us. So.
We're talking with Alan Hedrick. He's the head cook of Team Holla in Swalla, talking about the TLC Barbecue Pitmasters TV show that they were a part of on the periphery there for the American Royal Open. So during that competition, I mean, how surprised were you to get that third-place chicken call? And by the way, did you turn in legs in that box?
Yeah, that was the big question. When we'd gone over to talk to Myron about it, and he had said, "Oh, hell yeah, give him legs, give him a handle, give him something to hold on to." And we normally turn in thighs, and we will cook anywhere from 6 to 10 legs and just go ahead and cook them and see how they come out. And if we have room in the box, we'll put them in there. Well, we had room, and we did put in 2 legs in addition to the 6 thighs. And as he was saying about the crapshoot and having a little luck, well, I think it all kind of played in our favor a little bit too, because that box hit the right table for the right judges. And when we were sitting there in the award ceremony, we weren't expecting a third place. And when they called our names, I was half in shock because, at that big of an event, it's very hard to get in the top 20. And to be able to get a third place in chicken, well, that was just fantastic. We were all elated and on cloud 9. We could care less what happened with the rest of the awards. We were all just floating out of there at that point.
Is that a crowning achievement in your awards at competitions?
It would be the highest place we've had in a large competition like that. We've not won a grand championship yet and are still looking for that, but I would say yes. And to have everything else going on with the cameras there filming the awards ceremony and all that, it did make it extra special for us.
Awesome.
Awesome indeed for the Holla and Swalla team at the American Royal next to Myron Mixon, winding up on the Barbecue Pitmasters. Interesting little bit of barbecue history. You want to hear some more of it, head over to the bbqcentralshow.com. Link in the show notes. It's going to take you right there. And make sure you check out The Butcher Shop over at their Facebook page, facebook.com/The Butcher Shop, shop SHOPPE. Mention the Barbecue Central Show and you will save 10% off your order of amazing products. The Butcher Shop, home of the A9 brisket. And until next time on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.